All right, everybody's favorite topic, scale. Let's talk about how to scale what's working in your paid traffic campaigns. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so this video is about scaling. So what to do when it is working, right? This is good stuff. 2 thumbs up. You can't see me right now, but I'm putting 2 thumbs up. What to do when your campaign is working and you want more of the same results. This is a really fun video. And you really have 2 options with scale. So you can either scale vertically, or you could scale horizontally, or you can do both at the same time. So vertical scale is pretty simple, and it's probably what most of you imagine when you think about scaling a media campaign, simply increasing the budget. So you're getting good results and you want to increase the budget so that you can get more of the same results. That's vertical scale. Now, horizontal scale is taking that ad that's working and showing it to more people. So by increasing your budget, you're going to show your ad to more people in that particular ad set. That's vertical scale. But horizontal scale is creating new ad sets that target different interests or different lookalike audiences so that you can scale that way too. Both of them are good and both of them can be done at the same time. Now, when you're scaling vertically, you do not want to increase your budget more than 50% every 7 days. So you do not want to increase your budget any more than 50% every 7 days, especially if you are running an evergreen campaign that's applicable to your business for many months to come. So a lot of people, maybe they're spending $20 and they're getting good results. Well, they'll go in and jack it up to $200 and expect to get the same results. Unfortunately, increasing the budget too quickly is going to throw off Facebook's ability to optimize your campaign. So you want to feed it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more so that as you scale, you maintain about the same cost per whatever your success metric is. So we recommend not scaling more than 50% every 7 days. That will keep your campaign healthy. We also do not recommend scaling your ad set past the point of no return. So what I mean by this, and let me hop into Ads Manager. So back to these ad sets that we've been using, both of them are at $300. I've scaled them a little bit over the past month or so. And we will continue to scale this budget as long as we have the cash flow in the business, 50% every 7 days. Now, remember, our success metric here, cost per lead, we're trying to keep this under $7. So right now, I can keep scaling, and I have enough room to continue to increase the budget. But what about when we get to like $6.50 or $6.75 per lead? At that point, right before we're about to cross over $7, is what I call the point of no return. So if you are about to reach the threshold, your benchmark for your success metric, quit scaling the budget. Don't continue to scale past the point of no return. Just because you're about to hit the point of no return doesn't mean that you have to turn the campaign off either. So if you're about to hit that point of no return, just simply keep the budget at what it is. I have some ad sets that have been running on the same budget that hasn't been touched for months. And that's because it was about to cross over the point of no return, and I left it right there in its sweet spot. Remember that, your market is a revolving door. So if you're targeting interest, there are new people coming into that interest every day. So if you reach that sweet spot, that point of no return, just let it run until you cross, right? And if you cross that $7 mark, clip your budget back down to whatever it was when you were getting the result that you wanted. So a lot about this is scaling until you're about to find the point of no return, and then stop increasing the budget. You can no longer scale those particular ad sets vertically when you have reached the point of no return. It's a really important concept to understand when increasing the budget. So that's scaling vertically. Don't increase more than 50% of your budget every 7 days. And obviously do not scale past the point of no return. Now, when you're scaling horizontally, this is the most effective way to scale, as you can literally scale your campaign almost forever. Like I said, remember that your market is a revolving door. So there are constantly new people that are moving to wherever you can sell your product or service, constantly new people that are becoming aware of a problem that they have. There's constantly new people that are becoming interested in a particular topic. Every day, more people become interested in digital marketing. So even if I'm targeting the same interest, it doesn't mean that those audiences aren't changing in terms of the humans that are on the other side. So this is all about leveraging other interests and lookalike audiences so that you can show an ad that's working to more people. So let me give you an example. So as we're scaling these vertically, right, we're increasing this budget, we could also be duplicating these ads and showing or duplicating these ad sets and creating new ad sets that show the same ad that we know that's working to more people. So this can be done by creating lookalike audiences based off of people who have taken the action that you wanted, right? So maybe you create a lookalike audience based off of your thank you page or whatever page you're sending traffic to. You can use audience insights. Facebook has a tool called Audience Insights to find more interest like the ones that are already working. And here's an example of a campaign that I've scaled horizontally, right? So you can see a lot of these I've scaled vertically. We have some pretty big daily budgets in here. And over time, we've crossed the threshold of no return and I've turned them off, right? But this campaign was created a few years ago. And over time, I've continued to scale horizontally to new audiences. You can see some of them have worked and have reached their threshold quicker than others, right? But I'm not just increasing the budget on the ad sets that are working. I'm also duplicating the ad sets and showing the ad to more audiences. So for example, let's do this one. So we'll look at who we're targeting here. So this is pretty simple. This interest is landing page. But if I click here, it's actually going to start recommending other interests that are most like the one that I'm targeting. So I could start to look at these different interests and decide if they would be good interests to target. If so, I can create a new ad set and start targeting those interests. You can also use Audience Insights, which is a tool that Facebook offers. It can be found up here in your Business Manager. And with Audience Insights, you can actually input interest that you have already targeted, that have already worked for you, and it will tell you other interests that are most like the ones that are already working. So let's just try something pretty simple. We'll put Ryan in here. We'll put digital marketer in here. We will put HubSpot in here. So say these are all audiences that have already worked for you. You can hit this page like button and then go down to page likes. And it's going to start recommending interests that are most like the ones that are already working. You can see these are still a little bit broad, like Barack Obama has nothing to do with digital marketing. We just need to put more interests in here. So the more data you give it, the more it's going to spat out relevant pages and relevant interests that can give you a good idea of who else to target. Again, another way to do that is just to click here and to let Facebook also recommend other interests. So I could create a new ad set targeting email marketing, right? Again, trying to stay within that 500,000 to 3 million range. So again, we would duplicate the ad set here, and then we would go in and we would just change the targeting, right? So I would go ahead and uncheck that interest, and I would input some other interest in here. So that is how you scale horizontally. Again, that campaign that I showed you with all of the ad sets was a great example of how we're scaling vertically with our budget, and also how we are scaling horizontally by targeting new lookalike audiences and interests in new ad sets. Again, always look at the point of no return, right? Are you about to hit a point of no return where you are going to exceed the threshold of the success metric that you have set for that campaign? Now, another way to scale, guys, if you have an offer and a message that's working, another way to scale is to scale to platforms like AdWords or YouTube. They're obviously a little bit different in terms of the creative and the way that the actual platform works. And that's why in this workshop, we've actually added 2 bonus modules. So we have a bonus module with Tom Breeze on YouTube, and a bonus module with Mike Rhodes on AdWords. They are both experts in their own field, and I wanted to add modules on both of those platforms so that when you find a message and an offer and an audience that's working, it's easy to scale out to these other platforms. That's another great way to scale. So not only to show your ad to more people, but to show it to people on a totally different platform. And those modules will be coming out in the coming weeks. But with scale, guys, please do not overthink it. If you have something that's working, pick that success metric that tells you, yes, this is good. Yes, this is working, and start to scale vertically with your budget, no more than 50% every 7 days until you're about to hit that point of no return, and also scale horizontally. So creating new ad sets to show the ad that's working to more people in your target market, and eventually scaling out to other traffic platforms like AdWords, YouTube, etc. As always, guys, if you have questions, feel free to shoot me an email at ptsworkshop@digitalmarketer.com. I really appreciate you, and we will see you in the next video.